Here we are at one of our stops here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Hey, Viperkeeper here at the main entrance to the Dallas Zoo. Boy, look at that sign. They do everything big here in Texas. Let's go meet with the curator of herpetology, Rustin Hartigan.
I'm not a big fan of the albino thing myself, but the director loves it and the public loves it. So we have our 2 albino male out. Actually, we think they're 2 males. It's a little hard to tell right now.
Yeah, my opinion is why have genetically deficient animals?
Yeah. So this is what used to be an old rainforest swamp, or sorry, used to be an old rainforest limit. Basically, it was full of parrots and stuff like that. It was in a pretty good state of disrepair, so some minimal recycling of an old building that we took down and put up and basically gave it a facade for a little swamp equivalent.
Yeah, nicely done.
It's very popular with the kids. We've got 3 normal female alligators in there, and we have the 1 big male albino. The theme of it was Ghosts of the Swamp. Yeah, we have a few little pocket exhibits. It's a pretty good sized cottonmouth.
Yeah.
You actually see the rest of them down there.
Oh yeah,
he's actually a pretty good sized animal.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Texas rattlesnake and albino bull snake. This is probably going to be this way for about a year or so. It's a temporary exhibit until we really figure out what we're going to do in terms of renovation funds. What we'll do with it. There were some little baby, I think there's still 1 small red ear slider. We had an albino, but he's at the hospital, has some hypervitaminosis, needs some vitamin shots to be back. So it's probably Louisiana pine snake.
Oh yeah.
This is a young pair.
Parentes are the largest of the monitors next to the Komodos. Native to Australia. I remember chasing down some lace monitors when I was in Australia last. That was a lot of fun.
I bet.
Just incredible animals.
They really are entertaining. They're a little crazy to work with. They're fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Guaranteed to be all scratched up.
Tuatara?
Oh man. First one I've ever seen in the flesh.
They don't usually stay out. They usually spend most of their days hiding. There are 3 animals. That looks like the big male from here.
Tuataras are one of the oldest lizards on the planet. If I remember correctly, they're only found in some islands down off Australia. Is that it?
They're New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay. I'm not a big lizard guy, but I do know my basics. And these guys have a pineal eye, which is on top of their head, which it's a very primitive eye. It's just basically a light sensor. It allows them to detect a potential predator overhead. Very, very cool, very rare animals. First ever that I've seen in 30 years of visiting zoos in the U.S.
Yeah, currently Dallas, St. Louis, Toledo, and San Diego are the only zoos that maintain Tuatara. If you feel the glass, it's ice cold. It's basically a giant refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
It's about 55 degrees in that exhibit right now. It's their cold season. A high end getting, we sometimes bring them up for a short period of time to about 65, but 70, 75 is a really, they start getting heat stressed.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's typical, not friendly. She's like what you would think the retic would be.
Yeah, that's incredible that there's a retic that is not foul in nature. Perhaps the first one I ever have seen, and certainly I've had my run-ins with them. Yeah, the big constrictors, a lot of people treat them as fairly harmless, but I think people should recognize that it doesn't take much for them to get a feeding response turned on, and it's very difficult to get out of their clutches. Man.
Some of our graphics are slightly off at this point because, like I said, we're in this transition phase, and we have a graphics department that went from 3 to 1 until we hire some new folks.
Oh man.
So right now we have that's a collared lizard exhibit.
Okay, guys, this is a internationally protected rattlesnake, the Aruba rattlesnake, Crotalus unicolor. Found only on one portion of Aruba Island in the just off the coast of Venezuela. Actually, is where Aruba is. It's Netherland Antilles Island. Very, very neat rattlesnake. Sometimes you get to see some National Geographic shows where they will you know, show and study these animals. I know Andy Odom at Toledo Zoo has spent a number of years studying the Arubas, and he's produced many litters and helped obtain the most knowledge to date on the natural history and habitat of the Aruba rattlesnakes. And again, these are internationally CITES 1 animal only qualified institutions and zoos are allowed to possess them. And it's not worth going to jail for. Hey bud, get off my branch. Oh, there we go. We're doing some a little pissing match there. We're doing a territorial thing. Stay off my branch. I'm going to be in your face. Biting and fighting. Roar! I'm gonna bite you in the butt. Oh, I'm gonna bite my own tail. Interesting behaviors for the camera. It's very nice. Did you plan this?
Yeah, absolutely. We choreographed it.
Okay. All right.
Move back in 1 second.
Okay. These are tentacle snakes. These are venomous. Eurypton tenaculum. They eat fresh water fish, but they're also in brackish waters. They're diurnal and nocturnal. Diets fish and frogs. They go to about 2 feet in length. They just sort of hang in the water there and fool the fish. The fish think that they're sticks and allow their prey to come close and get chomped on. They're in coastal Vietnam, Thailand, and Cambodia. And they use their mild venom. Well, it's mild to us, but to their prey items it's fairly specific, and that's to help them subdue their prey. Very cool little snakes. Very, you know, I know people that keep these, but you know, I have no room for aquariums and such. So I'm not going to bother, but these are a favorite of mine. And here we have a large Gaboon. Come on folks, you tell me, is this an East African or a West African Gaboon? You've been watching my videos now for a while. Yeah, of course, this is a West African because it only has the one postocular chevron stripe. Now this is the way a Gaboon viper would look in the wild, not fat and chubby like mine. I'll ask Rustin, how often do you feed your Gaboon?
You gotta double check, but that guy probably eats every 2 to 3 weeks. That's a really old Gaboon. We actually got it from Birmingham Zoo. He actually, in my opinion, looks a little bit rough, but he's elderly. The keeper we've had here for about 4 or 5 years worked with that Gaboon and said was at Birmingham forever. I don't remember the exact age off the top of my head.
Yeah, he looks a little rough, but you know, it's a Gaboon is a Gaboon. They're just really hardy, you know,
We've been out of the
long-term
Gaboon and
animals.
rhino business for a while. We're looking for a display animal. Actually, at some point I'd like to probably look at getting some really nice rhinos back in the collection.
Very cool. Yep.
10 or 15 years ago we had some gorgeous rhinos that were from a line collected by Dwight Lawson when he was doing his graduate work in Africa. But since that period, it was again like 10 plus years ago, we had the paramyxo infection, and those basically were the primary agents.
Oh, I know.
You know, Vitis are notorious for that. They're kind of afraid to bring a lot of Vitis back into the collection.
They're really prone to that, and it whacks them out pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Look at these guys. Beautiful Nile crocodiles. Hi guys. Do you guys have temperature control of the water?
Yeah, the water's 73 or 73 or 74. Right?
Oh, look, he's smiling. These are the guys that are native to Africa. One of the more famous places where you see them in action is the Zambezi River. And you watch the wildebeest and gazelles cross the river, and unfortunately nature takes its course. These big guys actually will work in conjunction with one another. No, these are not dumb lizards. They have the ability to work out and share. One will hold the animal while the other one death rolls and pulls chunks of food off. These are top of the line aquatic predators. These guys have been around since the dinosaurs, and you don't stay around for 70 or 80 million years unless you know what you're doing. I wish I had space for crocodilia because they're very cool animals. I have a friend who's got a Morlet's that sort of hangs out in his house and lives under his couch. Perfectly, you know, okay animal that doesn't bother anybody. Of course, he doesn't keep cats. But Nile crocodiles, very cool. When I went to Australia, I really wanted to get up north and see big salties in the wild, but my kids were taking a bet when I went to Australia what was going to kill me first. Roar! It's a very big common snapping turtle. Hi, yeah. No, don't expect me to put my fingers down there. Hi, how are you, huh? He's a big guy. Is that what he's doing? He's expecting food?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every time I open this, he gets something.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm changing the water.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I don't have any food with me today, and fingers are off the menu. I know. You're a nice-looking guy. Huh? Yeah. The crocodile monitor hanging out on his perch, being misted. Oh, how nice. Even though this will be all under renovation, a lot of these exhibits are just fantastic. He's really enjoying his shower. Here's a common death adder, a mainland death adder, which you don't normally see in my collection because it's an Australian animal and only qualified zoos and institutions have them. Although I could have obtained them if I wanted to trade some Parviocula babies. I could have gotten them from Europe. But that's a questionable source. They're probably smuggled there. And female Amidites. Beautiful specimen. Oh, banded ringhals. Yeah, some of these just came in and I didn't get any.
I really like the banded. We have a couple of ugly ones in the back. This is our best looking animal by far. Wow,
fantastic. Yep. Well, here's a subspecies of Gerardoni. You don't normally get to see. These are very cool. Borelli. Where are you hiding, my dear? This is one of my favorites of the Bothriopsis. It used to be Bothrops, but it's hiding. You know, here you can see from the card, well, first of all, there's a nice colubri sitting back there, but you can see that the animal's ID is on there, along with what antivenin it takes if you screw up, and that's basically it. You get bit, it's your screw up, the animal is behaving like it normally behaves, so sucks to be you.
He'll come with the glass in a minute.
This is again the Samar cobra from the Philippines, Naya samarensis. Unfortunately, these are very, very rare, very difficult to come by, and there is a breeding program going on, and I must apologize for the dirty glass and stuff, but that's the way it goes. These guys are also spitters, which is a sad portion of it, because I don't really like having spitters around all that much, because you end up getting spat on, and it can cause you to become allergic to venom in general. Here's a little cutie, desert horn viper, Cerastes cerastes. Oh, he's so cute.
Get him moving around for you.
Oh yeah, these are more than just recent. Are these, how long ago were these hatched? September?
September.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are a little bit bigger than the earth. These are big earthworms. Before they were just, you know, little tiny worms. These are doing fantastic. Very, very nice. It's interesting. I think their horns, they grow into their horns. They're born with the big ones like that. Very cool. And these guys believe that these are the first desert horn vipers born in a zoo in more than 20 years. So, you know, hats off to these guys. Very cool little animals. I have one of those pro misting systems too.
So you open the door and they're sitting right there on the bucket. This is the slower of the two. You don't usually just sit there when I pick the thing up. The other will come shooting out sometimes. Again, they should be complacent. They just ate yesterday.
Yeah. So you have them in here to see if you can get them to breed? Or is this, you know, 2 females or 2 males?
Right now it's just 1.1. I'm going to throw the other male in with them later this week.
Okay, so maybe you can get some breeding action. Oh yeah. Hello, you're bothering me.
I got 2 clutches of eggs in June. So one of them was from this female.
Very, very nice. Well, I wish I had a room like this to keep big snakes in.
Yeah. Keep it at 76 degrees. I usually keep it a good bit more humid, but the floor is kind of wet right now.
Here's the anti-venom fridge. There's some Thai green pit, and that's the Red Cross Snake Center that I've been to. Very cool. Coral snake anti-venom, Costa Rican polyvalent, monovalent denicistrodon. Is that Thai and Taiwanese? Probably. No reason to open it. Lots of king cobra, European pit, CSL for all the Australian elapids. Do you stock your own crowfab?
No crowfab.
Okay, so you get that at the local hospital, hopefully.
Hopefully not.
Or you use BioClone.
Yes.
Good for you. Yay.
I wouldn't have crowfab stuck me for anything.
Okay, well, me too.